My name is Kyle Canty. I'm with the Baptist Resource Network. I work with the Missional Living team, specifically targeting Philadelphia. And I just have with me today Dr. Larry Anderson, who is the Director of Healthy Churches over for Pennsylvania and South Jersey. That's about 400 churches in Pennsylvania and South Jersey. And he's got a tremendous program that he has been talking about lately, that he's the chair over, that I would love for him to just kind of give a short description of what you've been doing lately with this particular program. Just describe the program, the name, and just give a description for that program.
Well, first I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
Sure.
And so I'm the chairman of what is called Community Forgiveness and Restoration. It's a program that deals with reentry. It's a program that deals with cutting down on recidivism and helping those returning citizens who have been incarcerated be able to get back into society and be reacclimated to life by providing a safe transition process for them to become productive pillars within their community that they once pillaged.
Okay, wow. That it sounds like a really great program, and that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about today. And you mentioned a word within your description that I think needs to be defined. You mentioned recidivism. I don't think a lot of people understand what recidivism is. If you could just kind of go into a description of what recidivism is.
Recidivism would be a person falling back into the criminal behavior that they had already been punished for and quote-unquote rehabilitated from. But somehow once they was released back into society, something caused them to return to incarceration.
Okay, wow, and that's great definition. I appreciate you just providing an explanation for that. So in reference to your role as Director of Healthy Churches, you deal with churches quite a bit within just different places across Pennsylvania and South Jersey, different size churches, different ethnicities and things of that sort. But why would you say this initiative is so important to churches?
Well, because Pennsylvania specifically and South Jersey, BRN, is that we have the most diversified churches, which means we represent the most diversified communities. And so when you have these citizens returning back into our communities, if we're actually doing our job as being a lighthouse in the community, then we have a responsibility for everyone in the community. And those who are returning back to the community need to be able to be equipped and empowered to be productive citizens within that community that we share. And one of the things that really breaks my heart is seeing communities, especially urban communities, voided of men in the church. And then when I go and I preach in a prison on Sunday morning, and the prison church behind the wall, specifically at Grateford, is filled up with over 300 plus men on their feet worshiping the Lord, and then you say, where are all the men? I found where they are.
Wow. You mentioned Grateford, and just I know just in conversation you were at Grateford today.
Absolutely.
You just talk about Grateford and jump into why this particular program that you're chairing is so unique.
Okay. Well, first, let me say it's biblical.
Okay.
First, I think we got to start with being ambassadors of Christ and ministers of reconciliation, offering grace and forgiveness. This is a biblical calling for us to love on and to help those who have been down and out. Help them return. And I know it's easier to judge them than to love them. But that's first. First, we have to find it in our heart to really believe in that which we are selling. If we really believe in forgiveness and restoration, then it's our responsibility to reach out to those who have been, I would say, incarcerated and cast out. We need to be that place of refuge. And so I would say that is so important. Being in Greater Fort today, when we talk about why is this important, this program so important, as I was in here today with a host of inmates who were so hungry for this program, one of the questions we asked was, how many of you were released and have come back? So how many of them were a part of the recidivism that we're talking about? And 75% of the guys in the room raised their hand. Mm-hmm. That means that whatever systems we have in place right now, it failed. Mm-hmm. It failed. Okay. If 75% of these guys had returned, it means that has failed. And that's why we need a new initiative. What makes this initiative so unique is being ran or co-ran or partnered with those on the inside. We have of those who are lifers, okay, who's on the inside of Greater Fort, who's been there long enough. There's a term called over-incarceration, who's been there so long where they have become world-renowned, and I mean that literally, professionals and experts in their field of incarceration. They got doctorate degrees while they have been behind bars, and they recognize the error and the errors of their ways, and they have started from themselves mentoring and discipling guys before they leave. Okay. They came to us to partner with them to say, hey, we want you to join in on this discipleship 6 months to a year before they leave, so that when they come out, it's not fresh. It's not just starting. You're not just getting to know them. You don't build a relationship with them before they came out. So when they come out, they know exactly where they're going. Okay. They know where their place of refuge is. They recognize the lighthouse in their community. And so it's a joint effort between us and the inmates. It's not about money. It's not about bureaucracy. It's not about, getting our name in the paper. It's just about helping these guys become productive citizens on this side of the bars.
Wow. What has been your response from churches? Because you described the program, and we're looking at post, after they're released and coming out to churches. What has been the response from local churches?
Well, let me say, it's been underwhelming. Okay. There has been churches who have responded. I'm not sure we, as a church, understand the commitment and the responsibility that we have in this process. I don't think we understand the broken homes that has had fathers snatched out of them. Okay. And so we on one hand see the mothers and the children of people that are incarcerated, and we kind of act like the father's just missing, and so we just minister to who's there. Okay. And by doing that, we're not ministering to the whole family. And so I think we miss it. We think that prison ministry means going in there and preaching. And that makes us feel good because we go and we do a sermon and we leave, and okay, let God take care of the rest. And God has chosen to take care of the rest by using his people to be blessings and to those. And so it's been underwhelming. I would love to see more churches recognize their role in this ministry. You have folks who are returning home who have pretty much broken many of the relationships, if not all of them, that they had before they left and once they've been in. Yeah. And so they need new relationships. They need something to be restored, but they need new relationships at least to come home to. Yeah. There's a pressure of coming home and being productive, but there's not a system to help them become productive. And thus they end up unproductive, frustrated, and back where they started from. And so we as the church have to play a much bigger role in being bridges, and do they have defamation of character? Yes. I mean, I look at Paul and Barnabas, and I look at Paul being, given approval that hits being taken on the Christian church. And the pillars of the Christian community didn't want to touch Paul, but he had Barnabas to speak for his character, to speak for his transformation, to be the bridge builder. We have to be the Barnabases.
Okay, wow. That's a great example, great analogy. Kind of leads me to just your explanation. When I think about what you just shared, and I just want to hear you talk a little bit about how this kind of program fits within an urban understanding of what it means to be missional. Considering, I'm with the Missional Living team, so I talk with pastors within the city specifically. And so I want to get from you, how does this program fit with what you understand urban and missional to be?
Well, when you think about Luke 4, and you think about Jesus going into the synagogue, going into the temple, and unrolling the scroll of Isaiah 61, and talk about the Spirit of the Lord is on me because he has anointed me to proclaim the good news. And that good news was proclaiming freedom for the prisoners, recovery of sight for the blind. It was to set the oppressed free. When we talk about that, and Jesus talking about this is being fulfilled, and you're hearing, he sat down and dropped the mic. It's like, this is what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to not just preach good news, but be good news. And so you can't, preach to someone's ears when their stomach is growling too loud for them to hear it. And so when you talk about the being urban and being missional, being the sent people of God, it means we're picking up, our baton or our cross, and we're following him, into the world to make disciples, to make, life transformation take place within our context. And that calls for not just a spiritual uplift, but a holistic human life uplift. He didn't just go around preaching, he also did healing. He didn't go around preaching, he also fed them. It wasn't just about just preach the word, and it was never just come see a man. It was always him going out and being about his daddy's business within the community. And so when a church does not go outside that door and be about their daddy's business, I got the question, is that really a church?
Wow. No, that's huge, and I think that's a good word for a lot of our urban churches. When we consider that in light of Luke 4 and Jesus' mission, and in the Missional Living team, we're always talking about being the sent people of God, being like Christ in John 20:21. Go and be the sent people of God as the Father sent me, so send I you. So it sounds like an exciting initiative, an exciting program. And as you step back, as you think forward to the future, what is your overall vision? Overall vision for this particular ministry. You said a lot about how it's going to work and the discipleship and the pieces, but give me a big picture of the overall vision for this particular ministry.
Well, I'm hoping what we're doing right now with Greater Foot will be the pilot of something much larger. Last year, the Lord birthed in my heart this Adopt a Prison program, where I wanted to see it not just at Greater Foot, but I wanted to see our churches throughout Pennsylvania and South Jersey connected with their local prisons, and using this as a catalyst, using this as an example, as a demonstration of how prison ministry really needs to be done and can be done. I hope to see those prisoners become pillars of the community. I want to see them leading the crime watch and the talent watch within the community, see them policing the streets, see them giving back to the community that they may have once taken from, mentoring the young guys on the corner who think the only way to make money is to sell drugs, and teach them how to be more productive and entrepreneurial with their skills. I like to put the prisons out of business. There's a lot of money in prisons. It's a big business, you know, and you got to wonder if, I want to be sensitive when I say this, but you got to wonder if the people who are doing the rehabilitation cares enough about the rehabilitation that will put themselves out of business.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's...
I don't know if that makes sense, but it's nothing like, you know, it's nothing like everybody eating off of your bed. Every bed costs, you know, the taxpayers a certain amount of money for each bed. You know, there's $45,000 going in, and if you're over a certain age, there's $65,000 a year going in per bed. And so it's a very profitable,
staggering
business to have people in prison.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. When we step back and consider that prison has become a business, there's a lot being written about that phenomenon in our society. I know one particular book by Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow, kind of sets the stage for a lot of how that works. But there's just some other things out there as well. Been tremendous just talking with you about this new initiative. We'd love to revisit to see how things are going and just to see how others within the state can get involved in this. If you were to, if someone needed to contact someone at the program, we can actually post something at the end of this video so that folks can contact the BRN or
Penny McDonald.
Penny. Okay.
Yeah, she's the gatekeeper.
She's the gatekeeper.
I guess you would contact her if you want to be a part of this program. I mean, we need spiritual advisors. We need just personal coaches. We need resources as far as jobs to get them connected to, as far as housing. We need, just training, computer literacy skills. We need to be able to educate them so that they can be equipped to be successful. And so we need a whole lot of people working together to make it a success. People who want to really sacrifice time and contacts and resources and relationships in order for this to be productive. It's not about just going in and preaching in a prison. It's really about community, forgiveness, and restoration.
Okay, wow. And this is not just for pastors?
Oh, no, absolutely not. This is for the church at large. It's for lay people. It's for pastors. People who have different skill sets, just with a heart of mercy and grace, that want to be a help within a community.
Awesome. This is great. This is great. Well, there you have it. Just appreciate Dr. Larry Anderson, from Director of Healthy Churches for Pennsylvania, South Jersey, the Baptist Resource Network. Thank you for just taking some time to just watch this video about an extremely important topic and subject for our community across the state and South Jersey as well.